Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to the Giant House series. I am Xeridox. First off, just a little update. You can see there's some changes here. I've made some chairs. They're all exactly the same. I got a little bit of a turn. You can see with my connect tool, there's actually a a controller connected to some bearings. And I got these on a slight bit of a curve, so it looks like it's a curved back type of chair. Other than that, pretty standard, straightforward kind of chair there. Got some duct pieces rounding it out, all painted nice and brown. The refrigerator is closer to being done. It's not quite done. Still a couple of details I want to add to it, but you can see there's a vent across the bottom. This piece here is where a logo should go. Classic refrigerator that you saw a lot of in the 1980s. One of the other details I want to add is a hinge or something right around in here, or something that looks like a hinge, so it looks like the door actually opens. And there's usually a compressor and some other equipment, motors, things of that sort, hoses that you can usually see on the up inside the back of a refrigerator right about here. I'll probably add some of those later on. Be a good place for hiding spots. Last time these cabinet doors and drawers weren't complete. Now they are. If you're unfamiliar with this type of cabinet, this is known as either a Lazy Susan or a turntable. And basically you push one side or the other of the cabinet and it just swings around, and there's 2 or 3 shelves there where you can place things. The undersides of these cabinets, I'm actually doing a little bit of work on them. I don't see any. Wait, there's one right there. Making it look like there's actually, a cabinet fastened onto another cabinet. And the vent is also done. This vent will not open, at least not in the same manner as the vent in the bathroom, but as you can see, I've changed these. And I'm going to show you right quick here that if I go in here and bring up my other vent, let's turn that around so you can see better. This is the normal the bathroom vent, and I was going to put that on here until I realized if you back away just far enough, then all of those wedges disappear. But they don't on this one. We have the same thing going on in some other areas in here too, like you see all kinds of stuff appearing and disappearing on the stove. But I decided on the vent it really needs to look like this. In case someone is hiding back there, they can easily look out and not be immediately seen from across the kitchen there. Sometimes I'm going to leave these wedges, sometimes I'm not. It just depends on how I feel about it, I suppose. And of course I'm going to keep some things where you can still hide there even though the wedges disappear. Like this one's actually got, you can't see it here, but it's actually got a flat piece that runs all the way down on the inside of the stove there. And so if anyone is hiding back there and the wedges disappear, oh well, they still can't be seen. Can't really tell from there, but alright, so we got the drawers, the new cabinet doors, the fridge, the table, you got the chairs from around it. I believe that's all the new additions, but this wall over here is quite bare. And I decided a while back that I was going to put a china cabinet on this wall. Now we got to keep a kind of a realistic view of this. If someone this size were to come in through the what would be the carport door here, or the garage door perhaps, they would want to be able to easily walk around through here and out into the rest of the house. So it can't stick out that far. I don't want it to stick out as far as these do. These are actually, I believe these are actually a full length there, so I want to make that probably about half as much. So that's 64, so I'm going to go probably 32 out, and I may go a little bit back into the wall, so it'll be kind of a recessed china cabinet, and that'll give room for things such as hiding spaces that can easily be accessed behind the wall. And so the China cabinets I've been looking at here, I just typed in China cabinet dimensions, actually wanted to know the size, but I also stumbled upon some pretty good looking China cabinets that I want to at least use parts of to build this with. So I really like these doors and the drawers, and I want a tabletop or a shelf or whatever this is supposed to be called here in the center. I don't like the drawers here, so I'm not going to use those, and I'm going to have doors up here that will go all the way up until we get just about to the ceiling. I may put a plant or two up there, I don't know. And then there's another one here. I really like the way the doors are done in this one. I don't know if I can do these curvy shapes or not, but we'll see. And this one looks like it does come out quite far. I don't want to come out that far, like I said. But then again, this entire cabinet may be recessed into the wall about halfway or so. These handles are pretty cool. One thing that I do like, though, is the trim that they've got in between the drawers and the doors here, and the trim on the top here. I really like that. So that's probably going to be part of it. So I went ahead and measured out how many of these tiles are from each side, and this one is the center, marked in blue, and the width was 145 centimeters. Divide that by 2, you get 72.5. So I'm just going to go 72 blocks in each direction off of this center. So we'll come right in about the center of this tile over to the wall here. And then one of these is 64 long, so 64, 65, 66, 7, 8, 9, 71, 2. And that's how we'll do this. Give you all a quick pro tip on how to get measurements real quick and easy. Bring this down here, and then just disconnect that one and put this piece right over here. There we go. The China cabinet will line up about right there. Is that the width that I want? I think so. Always good to come way back and get a good look at the full picture here. This is 64 out, so I want to go 32 out from the wall. Got one there already, so and I'm going to do the same thing for the other wall. This will need one extra on that side. Put an extra block on there and take this. To this side. And just put that right there. So that's half the size of the counter coming out. And I think if I were a human about this size or so walking through here, I think I'd be able to walk around that just fine without banging into it or anything. In fact, I could probably make it a little bit wider even, but then again, the door would have to also open, you know. Trying to keep it somewhat realistic view on this. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and come up to the height of this cabinet here. So I'm just going to real quick draw a line across the air here. Make sure I hit it just right on. Yeah, get away. Get rid of that. Nowhere near where I need it to be, but that's alright. Draw me a line there, and I'm just going to go ahead and come up from here to that line. Whoop. And it needs to be on that line. Now, let me take a look here. Yeah, I think that'll work quite well. Same thing with the other side. Let me go over here and get, you know, and I'm going to go ahead and just put this on across. We can always take away the excess later if we don't want it. That should be far enough there. Wow, I got that real close. Oop, off a bit here in the. Don't think I wanted that piece there. That's what I think. Go ahead and seal this off. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is go ahead and bring this up like this a couple of times. Yeah, that'll give plenty of room on top. And this will be for insetting the china cabinet into the wall. So just take these out. And then I'm going to go in about the same amount as I did here, which was about 32. Well, actually going to need to take this one piece out right here. Another 32. Is that going to make it too deep? No, maybe not. If it looks too deep later on, I can always change it. And, let's see here. I think I'm going to do this all the way up to the top. Same thing across here. Whoa, wrong way. Well, it's easier to do it from the top, isn't it? Alright, and then I'm just going to fill in the back. Now it's not going to stay like that. It's actually going to come out a little bit so that you can actually land on top of it, walk around. Oh yeah, that's going to look pretty good right there, I think. Go across top same way. Alright, so that's the general shape of the china cabinet. I think it's recessed too far in the wall there, but once I start adding some dishes to the inside of it and all that, it'll probably line out. And if it doesn't, it's not too hard to move the back further in. It's not that hard to do, really. All right, and what to do next here exactly? Guess I need to decide how far up it's going to go before we start with the upper part of the cabinet. So there's supposed to be a space here for you know, putting taking notes or displaying some trinkets and knickknacks and things of that sort. And then above that we'll start the doors. So I'm thinking probably 16 up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Get rid of that part. And go up one more. That's really making that look like it's too deep. I'm probably going to move that in pretty soon here because I don't like how deep that actually is. But then again, I think I want to bring this up a little higher instead of 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I think that'll be a little better. We shall see. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Trying to decide exactly how I want to do some things here, so bear with me. A lot of this is a lot of building a piece of furniture, especially this size, is there's just a lot of thinking to do. You want to stop, you look at it, you think about it. Now some people might just jump in here and just start building as fast as they could go. I guess it depends on your personality, how fast you think. I don't think that fast, so I don't build that fast either. And there's no timeline on when to get this done by or anything, so I don't really have to worry about any of that. I'm going to come in just a little bit on this, but not too far. Kind of thinking the idea that a player could land here right in front of the doors and be able to walk along here or something. I do want to recess this just a little. I think I'm going to recess it by right there by a couple blocks. And then I'm going to go 4 in on each side. Now those other china cabinets, do they... Let's take a little look here. Do they actually... Yeah, they got a little bit more at the top than they do at the sides. Because they got some trim and things that need to go up there. And there's a trim right above the shelf or display area, or the middle display area, and some other trims and things around the edges. We'll get to all that eventually. So on top there is indeed some space, so just give that an extra 4. I think that will be good. And then I wanted to make 4 glass doors here. So measuring this is pretty simple. Just pull you a 1 block high rod across here. You don't want to go all the way with it. That way you can disconnect it easy. Now there's 1 space down there, 1 space down here. So add 2 to whatever it comes out to. It's 132 here, so add 2 is 134. Go ahead and delete that. I'm gonna grab my calculator here right quick. Divide that by 4 since there's going to be 4 doors, and that's 33 and a half. So there obviously it'll be that'll be for the doors and any spacing in between. So let's do 33. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And you know what? If you get out here and you lose count, you go back here and look. 27, okay. 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 33, right? 33 and a half is the number. Okay. And then, of course, it needs to go up as high as that is. So let's go ahead and measure out a piece of that. Let's just slap this on the top here. No, I don't need to do that. That's a time waster when I can just grab this and come on out about as far as this needs to go, and then I can take off the excess. Or I could have started up here like a smart person and got it right the first time. And then on the inside of that, we're going to put glass. But really, that's not the only detail I want to add to this door. I want to make it a little more three-dimensional than just a flat piece of trim. So I'm going to go ahead and add some more spacing inside. All right, now here comes the question. Is regular glass or challenge glass going to look better in this? Now I think it's going to come down to how it ends up being placed in the cabinet because of the tiling that comes out of this. So right now it's kind of off. Let's see what it looks like. Let me go ahead and save this. You know what, it doesn't need a name right now, it just needs to be there. Unnamed. So I put one of those in here. What does that look like? Tiling is a tiny bit off, but there's so much edging over there. I could have taken some of that edging off. I don't know if that would have fixed the problem or not. And I was thinking if I shifted it that way, it might work. Let's just try that and see. Be surprised how many times you think you know something and you go to do it and it wasn't what you knew. So let's put this back in here again. And look at that. That's not all that bad. It's actually 5 there. And 6 on that side. Because if I'm taking that off of each edge, go ahead and take it off this edge. It was 134, now it's going to be 136. So I got to keep that in mind as I'm building my door. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. If I could just get my fingers to do the right thing, it would be alright. Drop that right there before we right complete it. Lag. 33. So that brings the cabinet door size to 33. And I noticed that there was 6 on this side last time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, not with that, I'm going to pull this out a block. Put this thing back up here. That way when I'm done with it I can just break that block off instead of having to destroy the whole thing. And I want to try to even that up. If it won't even up, then actually, what if I did the tile glass block instead? What would that look like? Let's try a tile glass block. That looks pretty good, actually. I think I'm going to go with that. Look at the kitchen through the coming soon china cabinet. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that. So I'm going to be duplicating these, so I guess I need to figure out what color it's going to be. I don't want to do white like you saw those other china cabinets online. I'm not going to do them that color. They need to more or less match the color of the kitchen, and most of the kitchen is brown. Did you hear that? And then we're going to save this as china cabinet door. Cannot type giant china cabinet door. Now here's where the trial and error is going to come back into play. When I try to snap all these into place, and they end up not fitting. So the first thing I'm going to do is create me a block here so that I can rip all that stuff off when it ends up not working right, because I know it's not going to fit right. So I'm probably going to add a piece in the center that will help to even these all out. Either a piece in the center or several pieces in between each door, depending on how it ends up working out exactly. It's just more trial and error, but it's a little faster than going through and measuring everything out block by block. It's a little easier when you can just visualize something, you know. So here we've got 4 blocks. Nice even number. It means I can put 2 there and 1 in between each of those. I like that idea. So I'm going to go ahead and make a little separator piece here. Just like that. Break it. And then I'm going to come down here and break it. Get rid of these for the time being. And I did say that I wanted these to set out, either out or in, because I really don't want a 1 block gap in between this and the door, I don't think. So since I brought all this in, I'm going to bring these out by 1. So they're going to actually, yeah, they're actually going to sit just outside that by 1. So I'm going to put a piece here that it will sit on. Same thing to the other side. Yeah, I took this off a while ago, and now I'm putting it back. This is what happens when you build a level in Scrap Mechanic. Okay. So get my door back here. I'm going to take this and sit it right on top, just like that. You are permanently in place, at least I hope it is. And because I'm going to end up painting the rest of this thing brown, and that will help it, the lighting and the ambient occlusion and all that will help to put a line there you can easily see. Kind of like on these cabinets over here. And this one steps off a little bit around the edges. And when you back away from it, you can see that detail come into play. So same thing's going to happen here. And then this one is going to have a piece here. And I'm going to go ahead and add some to both sides of the center so that the doors can attach there. Make my door for this. I'm going to set all these doors out actually. Build all these doors and set them where they will go. This one will go in right on top of that. And then we'll build another piece back here. Yeah, that looks pretty good, I think. Just in case you're wondering how I've been doing the knobs, these 2 pieces right here. Now I need to know about where the center of that is. I don't remember the up and down on this, so I'm just going to make me a measuring rod right quick. And that is 90. And you go 45 up. That should be right in about the center. Why? Put it back. That look like it's in the center. Yeah, that was good. So we'll just put 4 of those right across the center. That line. Not 4 of those. No, I need 2 there. That's where the hinge should actually go. If I build a hinge for it, it'll be there. These need to go over here on that side. There, that looks a lot better. And then just put these little caps on them. Let's paint these the same color as the door. That's not looking half bad. And most of the other China accounts I've seen either had 1 or 2 separate shelves on the inside. Back up and take a look at this here. I think just 1 shelf should probably be good enough for that. Because I'm kind of thinking about how big the table is and how big a plate it would end up being. And by the way, we're going to have square plates unless they release Chapter 2. Sometime soon before I finish this map, then there's going to be square plates, square cups, just like there were square containers and things back in the bathroom map. I do plan to do some detail work here, but I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do yet, so I'm going to leave that alone for now. And I'm going to put some drawers and doors and things down here. I guess I could do that right quick. I wonder if they'd end up being about the same size as those. They really shouldn't be, because this should look like, people moved into this house for a while, and they either brought the china cabinet from the other house they moved from, or they bought this china cabinet once they moved in. So it shouldn't look exactly like these drawers and doors, I don't think, because I'm just going to bring up one of these and change that interior to wood. It might actually be easier if I built this on the table. Let's put this idea on the table over here. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to end up painting that brown. And these doors are not actually going to open, but the back of this is going to end up being the same color. So I'm just going to leave this open for the most part. And really all it needs is that knob. Let's just slap that on there for the time being, just so I can see exactly where to line this up without having to do all the measuring again. And then I can just break that off. This is for the bottom. And then this needs to line up with that part down there. But we also need room for the drawers. And let's get this one here. And what I'm going to do with this, let's get it on the other side so the light's on it better. Well, you guys can see what the heck I'm doing with this. Okay, so I'm going to take a couple off the top and a couple off the bottom. Oop. No, I didn't want to do it like that. Put that back on. And this is going to be the same color, so I might as well go ahead and color that. Knob is also darker. that off. We're gonna need it the same size as that door over there too, so I'll be right back. So yeah, that's definitely a lot shorter. Did my knob? Oh, I thought my knob fell off. Just turned around backwards. Now here's a way I'm going to line this up. I'm going to go ahead and put this right there, and I can just take that off in a minute. Gonna have to line my knob back up, but you know what? I don't care. This needs to be the same size as that. So take that off. Take that off. All right. Take a couple of these off the edge there. Bring this down. All right. Paint that. Make sure that's painted. Yeah, I think I like this size. Let's see if we can place something in the center. See, it's not going to be centered, is it? I thought that was an odd number. Maybe it is. What's your number? Your number is 29, so... That's 14. And that's 14, which brings me right to the center. Take that one off, and place this right there. Yeah, that's how I like to do those. And while we're at it, I'm going to go ahead and fill in the other one and give it a back. I'm not sure if I would rather do it on the inside like this or not. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, there's a chair. Chair in the way. So that one, I suppose I could use both on there. They don't have to match up perfectly. The drawers just have to match themselves. They don't necessarily have to match the door. Now the cabinet over here, or the kitchen cabinet, does. These match the same design. Except they don't, because they don't have the inside part there that's cut out. So I think I'm going to go with this. I like this. I need to rename this again. Alright, so I need to make a copy of this also. And then we want to make these line up. Starting here, 1, 2, 3, on the fourth one, okay? And I want to give the same amount of space there, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. First China cabinet drawer. Did I put that in the same place? I hope I did. Yes, I think so. And then the next one's going to go one block over. We don't have any more of those over there. So let's just make some more drawers. Grab that. And put it right there. And then this one's going to have 2 blocks of space here, right? 1, 2, yep. So Give it 2 blocks of space right there. Last one has 1 block of space between it. Now, of course, this is all subject to change. I may not keep it exactly like this, but I think for the most part it will be. Alright, let's get this other cabinet door over here. Let's see, I need to grab it from... Let's grab it from this side. Now, why are you red? Oh, you know what? You're longer than down there, aren't you? Okay, so I'm going to need a measuring tool. So let me go 1, 2, 3. Start there, and I'm going to come down. And there are some trim and decoration things at the bottom here, so I need to give space for that. Over here, I made this the same height as the baseboard, so it's 6. Now the baseboard is not going to actually come around here. It's just going to stop back there, and then there's going to be a cabinet. So it doesn't need to line up with that exactly, but we do need some space. That would be the floor. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna give it 8. I think that's good. I think that's a pretty good amount of space. Make some extra pieces of trim and things down here. And then we need a little space for the door, so I'm going to take it back up 3. I think that'll be a pretty good amount. And I'm going to take this over here to the door. This is going to be pretty easy to do, actually. Trim that off. That right there, and it tells me I need to be there instead. So I'm just going to trim all this off. It's going to fall. We got 3, so break off 4 of this. Super easy to fix. Now my knob is in the wrong place again. This looks like it's almost 64. Oh, look at that. 65, 66. So it's not going to be right on the center, but half of 66 is half of 66 is 33. So it'll be 33 right there. So knock that off. And it'll be maybe a little lower. It's going to be 1 block off, but that's really not that big a deal. I don't think people are going to be looking at it going, oh, you got that a block off. How could you do such a thing? Again, giant china cabinet door bottom. Now let's put that on there and see what it looks like. Give it 3, like I said, and bam. All right, I think that looks pretty good so far. Let's make 3 more of these. Oh yeah, it's starting to look really good. Let's go ahead and paint this thing up, get it looking a little more like a china cabinet should. I need to get inside this cabinet and paint the inside. And add that shelf in here I need to add. So I'm just going to start by, okay, yeah, I've got something in my hand, okay. Didn't go all the way over. I think that's because of the door in the front. Yeah, no, I didn't want it like that. Go away. I want to have just a little bit of a gap there so it looks like this door is not, connected to it, but it actually opens, You know what? I trapped myself up here with a hole to get out down there. Oh, I can make some more holes in it, I suppose. I mean, I'm just going to patch them. Not that way. Oh no. Not that. Anything but that. Anything but a hole. It's supposed to be white, I think. Yeah. I was planning on leaving these walls white because I've got some wallpaper trim there, but or wallpaper border, not trim. I'll get my words right eventually. If you guys think that this wall ought to be some different color, different pattern, or something, and you've got an idea for it, let me know in the comments. For that matter, if you got any ideas or comments or questions or things you just want to say to me, I want to hear about them. Go ahead and post in the comments down below and let me know what you think, either on YouTube or on the Steam Workshop. I think that will be about as much building as I'm going to do on that for the time being. But it's not finished. I've got some more things I want to do to it. But anyway, don't forget, if you like this video, hit that like button. If you like what you see on this channel, hit the subscribe button. And click that little bell notification icon if you like notifications. And I'll be back on this channel later on, either doing some more building. If you guys like to see the building, you know what? I completely forgot to fix these doorknobs down here. That is not right. These need to match the ones on top as far as position is concerned. Position? As far as position is concerned, we need to fix them. Yes, yes. So we'll take that off. See, those two are like that. So these two need to be like that. Those two are like that, so these two need to be like that. Put that there, paint it that way, and destroy this one. Alright. That looks better, I think, anyway. Not done with it yet. More detail work to be done. I want some trim. I want to do some trim on the top. I want to do some trim, probably do some trim. I was going to do some trim between these doors. I may still do that. Between the drawer and the door, like that one picture had. I may still do that. I may not. I don't know. But I definitely want to do some at the top, and I want to do some trim and decorative work at the bottom. And here at the side, I'm probably gonna open this up a little bit some way or another. Yeah, let me know what you guys think, how you like the video. If you don't like the video, let me know what you'd like to see instead, or how this could have been better. And I will see you next time.